Hello, welcome to this update for the severe weather in the US and Canada. So first in the US, let's see what will happen. So we still have some severe weather from post-tropical cyclone Francine. So there's still a marginal risk today, parts of Florida, Tennessee, Georgia, and Alabama, mainly for the 2% tornado threat there in Georgia, Alabama, and parts of Tennessee. Also 5% wind threat for some damaging winds to those storms, and hail, nothing. Some storms possible in the north, there are 2 in the plains and in the northeast. So let's see, marginally isolated tornado threat should continue this afternoon across parts of Alabama, western Georgia, and middle Tennessee. Isolated damaging winds may also occur there, so be aware there. And NATOcast even has like a 3% there tornado threat around Alabama especially, so be aware. And let's see what the model has. It has like more showers and storms in Georgia, Florida, and near the Carolinas. But later today, those storms in Alabama and Tennessee, especially in Alabama, there shows some more severe storms, central Alabama, even southern areas, northeastern Mississippi, and through Tennessee there, they continue. So be careful in Alabama, even Georgia there. And let's see, shows those showers, maybe a storm or 2 in North Dakota there, from that front, and maybe a shower or a small storm in Maine there, but nothing crazy. So be aware. And let's see for later. So this was the 12Z HER, shows the storms there in Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee. So especially this evening, be aware. Then she still shows like tomorrow more storms throughout those areas, but probably not severe, but still show like more storms throughout Alabama, Mississippi, some rain through Arkansas and Tennessee and more areas. And it even starts showing that low pressure kind of forming there. So we'll keep monitoring some storms near the Carolinas today and other areas. So be aware. And still, with post-tropical cyclone Francine, there can be some flooding, especially today, a moderate risk in Alabama there. Tomorrow, a slight risk from Tennessee to Georgia, and day 3, Sunday, a marginal from Missouri to Georgia. But please be careful today in Alabama. So the risk of flash and urban flooding will continue across portions of Tennessee Valley, southeast through Saturday. Some of this flooding could be locally considerable, especially today and tonight across parts central and northern Alabama. So be aware there. They still have the rainfall expectations, some 6 to 8 inches near Alabama there. And they have some key messages in Spanish too, if you want to read. So let's see, this is the significant tornado parameter. It only shows like very slight there, so nothing crazy, but just be aware with those storms this evening there. And now for tomorrow, shows just like a general risk of storms in the southeast through parts of the Midwest, the plains, and around in the southwest there. So let's see, day 3 for Sunday, more general storms in many areas, especially the southeast and the west there. So be aware. Day 3 through day 4 through 8, nothing, and fire, they don't have anything important for fire. So, but there's now some mesoscale discussions for the storms there in Alabama and Tennessee. They issue many discussions like the whole day, so you can always come here and take a look. So be aware there. And in the longer term, let's see. So today shows like those storms in Alabama, some heavy rain there, close to 3 inches or more, even 4 to 5 inches. More in North Carolina, shows heavier near Florida, and in the north there, in the northern plains in Canada. And you'll start seeing that moisture coming from Mexico there because of tropical storm Aliana that will bring some moisture near Arizona, New Mexico. So day 2, you can see still some heavy rain in Alabama, Georgia, and parts of the southeast and Florida. So still be careful there, flooding. And the moisture starts creeping towards Arizona. Some showers tomorrow, the northwest in Washington, 2 in Oregon, and other areas. Day 3, some more rain in Arizona, New Mexico, even Colorado. Northern California should start getting some from that trough coming. In Oregon and Idaho too, and still heavier in the southeast from Missouri to Florida. So be aware. Now day 4 for Tuesday shows more in the northwest, especially Idaho, Montana, and Oregon. More in the southeast, especially North Carolina there because of that system. And now day 5 next Wednesday, more across Montana, especially into Canada, more than in California in the northwest, in the plains too, better be aware. And shows in the east coast still a lot in some areas of Virginia, Florida, and North Carolina. Next Thursday, more across Virginia, Delaware, Maryland, because of that low pressure going up the coast, so be aware there. More across the plains in the west. Day 7, next Friday, some more across the northern plains and the east and the southwest, northwest. So be aware there. This day 1 through 7 shows a lot there in the east coast, so be careful with this system next few days. In Alabama, a lot through Florida, even the Bahamas. It shows a lot in the northwest. As you can see that shape, the trough digging down, bringing the rain and everything. And through the northern plains a lot too, so be aware. The rainfall, the flooding I showed you today, be careful. Tomorrow they start getting a marginal in Arizona too, and the slide still there for flooding with rain seen. Day 3, another marginal from Missouri to Georgia and in the Four Corners. Day 4, another marginal in the southwest and in the southeast. Day 5 in the north, in Montana there in Idaho. So be aware. Day 5 is Tuesday. So let's see. In terms of snow, still doesn't show nothing, but day 4, like Monday, starts showing some very slight snow probabilities from that system coming on the west. More in Wyoming, parts of Montana and Idaho. Day 6, still in California, some slight snow probabilities in the mountains and parts of the west. So be aware there. And the temperatures are still very hot in the southwest, some 100s, 90s in some valleys, colder in the northwest today, some 90s in Texas, New Mexico, Oklahoma, Kansas, and in the southeast. So be aware. For tomorrow, let's see. Wait, here. Oh, here, so shows still a little bit warmer there, but still kind of chill in the mountains. Hot in the southwest still, so it's up to 100 in Texas tomorrow, and more 90s there in Florida. Some 90s in the Ohio Valley too, parts of the Midwest. Let's see, day 2 minimum temperatures show some 40s and 50s in parts of the west there, so be aware. Now let's see, day 3 maximum temperatures for Sunday, more 90s there, the southwest, in Texas, in the plains, even Ohio, Indiana, some 80s and 90s, and Florida too, so be aware there. Day 4 for Monday, we start getting the trough on the west and some cooler temperatures, but still some 90s in Arizona, in the plains there, in the Midwest, and let's see, in the southeast. And day 4 minimum temperatures for Monday morning shows like, wait, in California, especially in the Sierra Nevada, some cooler temperatures throughout Nevada too, in Idaho, parts of Wyoming, but especially let's try to zoom in to the Sierra Nevada there. Shows like some 20s too in the higher mountain peaks there, so be aware. And day 5 minimum temperatures for Wednesday shows a little bit better, but still some 30s in the mountains and colder across the Rockies there in Utah, so be aware. And let's see here, day 5 maximum temperatures still hot in the southwest, some 80s and 90s, and still a little bit cooler further north. So let's see now, the whole country shows generally cooler there in the north, some 90s in the plains still, and Florida, so be aware. Day 6 max temperatures, still some 90s there, in the southern plains in Florida, and some 70s in the northeast, some 80s. And let's see, day 6 minimum temperatures in the northwest show like some 40s, 30s, many areas of the west in the morning, so be aware. And day 7 max, still some 90s in the south there, some 80s in Florida, so be aware of that heat too. Now 24 max wind gusts for today, Saturday. So today's Friday, actually, this valid until Saturday. So shows windy across Montana there, in Arizona, a gusty wind or two, but mainly there in the north and the plains might get some gusty winds. So be aware there. And the hazards, some wind advisories in Montana, the air quality advisories there in California because the wildfires, in Texas, some air quality too. Some flood watches in Alabama, Georgia, and Tennessee because of all the rainfall. Some heat advisories in Florida, and this is mainly it. Let's see some models here for something for next week. So here, let's see. So this is the GFS, shows there the system possibly forming in the Carolinas. The GFS still has a tropical storm there forming and hitting North Carolina next Tuesday, so better watch there. But only mainly the GFS is showing this. Then we will start getting the system on the west, show some mountain snow possible in California next Monday into Tuesday, even Nevada, a snow or two in higher mountains, more rain across the west there. Then this turns into a stronger low pressure system, goes towards Canada later next week. And better watch maybe in the plains for severe weather to associate with this trough there. So let's see, the European showing like that moisture there for the tropical storm in Mexico, some rain in Arizona, and shows the moisture in the southeast, but not really developing to anything, just some more rain there. It shows, let's see, the trough in the west, some more rain and mountain snow next week, but nothing crazy, and the colder temperatures there, so be aware. And now for Canada, it shows some more storms possible in the prairies, mainly Saskatchewan and Manitoba there. And let's see, in fact, we have some severe possible storms there throughout northern Saskatchewan, parts of Manitoba, some heavy rain, small hail, even a funnel cloud or two possible there, Manitoba and Saskatchewan, so be aware. And then let's see the same thing they say here, some very gusty winds too. The Northwestern Territories, nothing crazy. In Ontario, some minor storms, but let's see, this was Thursday. So Friday shows some storms there. Let's see, Quebec, some minor storms on the east, but very little probabilities. In Atlantic Canada, it doesn't show anything, but here we have some general storms possible near Newfoundland, New Brunswick, and even Nova Scotia there. So some heavy rain in spots, small hail, and some gusty winds in some areas there today, Friday. So be aware. Now, let's see, British Columbia, still nothing crazy. And the hazards show still some air quality advisories in the west because of the smoke from the fires, and mainly it, nothing that crazy. But we still have that system, parts of the west there, bringing some snow in Yukon, British Columbia, and the mountains, and some more rain in British Columbia. Then we have that big low pressure there in Alberta and Saskatchewan with the severe possible storms and heavy rain, and then it goes north into Nunavut. Still by Saturday, showing some more rain, mountain snow for British Columbia and Alberta there, as a new system possibly comes to Alaska and Yukon, British Columbia. There's some more snow and stuff on Sunday into Monday, so be aware. And later, we'll check soon. But let's see now for Central Canada, the European shows those storms today there from Saskatchewan, Manitoba, especially this evening there in Saskatchewan, some stronger to severe storms in Manitoba, and the system goes north into Nunavut tomorrow, so be aware there. Shows maybe a storm or two in Ontario, Manitoba, but mainly Manitoba. And then later shows those storms possibly Sunday into Monday in Ontario and to Quebec, maybe some other systems there by like next Tuesday and Wednesday. So in Eastern Canada shows let's see, shows a storm or two there in eastern Quebec, like I showed you, in Newfoundland this evening, maybe Nova Scotia and New Brunswick. And it's mainly quiet because of that high pressure, except like Sunday shows some more storms, Ontario and Quebec, especially Quebec on Monday. And better watch in Ontario later, like Tuesday, some more systems, especially into next Wednesday. So let's see the longer term here in all of North America. So it shows the system going to Nunavut Saturday, some more rain there and some wind. Then it shows the systems there in Alaska, some more rain for Saturday, Sunday, many parts of Alaska, mountain snow. And then let's see, later Monday we start getting that system near California there in the western US, and then it goes north into Montana and will affect southern Canada like Saskatchewan, Alberta, especially like Wednesday the 18th there in Alberta, Saskatchewan, even British Columbia shows a very big system there, and it once again goes north into Manitoba and Nunavut, but it's still like very far out, but we better watch. So let's just see here some accumulation and stuff. So this is the European model, shows next 5 days, some like 60 millimeters, southern Alberta, Saskatchewan, some more, especially British Columbia and Alaska, more like 70 millimeters in some areas, some heavy rain spots along the coast. So be aware, even in Ontario and Saskatchewan there. And then let's see, the GFS, a similar thing, has some heavy rain southern Alberta in the next 5 days. This until like Wednesday, shows like more for central Alberta and into Nunavut, some more rain there from that system. Be aware, in Alaska shows a lot as well, so be aware. And now snow next like 5 days, shows more for parts of Alaska, especially the mountains in southern Alaska, Yukon, more there. So some spots in British Columbia and Alberta, and there in Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, and the mountains in California. Let's see, the European shows a similar thing, some more in California, Nevada, this comes in on Monday, Utah, especially Wyoming, Montana, and Idaho. Some more snow through British Columbia and Alberta as well, and especially in southern Alaska, in the mountains there, shows a lot. Northern Alaska, some parts of Yukon, some snow. So be aware, even northern Nunavut. So this is mainly it. In terms of wind gusts, we have those stronger winds there in parts of Saskatchewan, Montana, because of that system today. Then it goes north into Nunavut, might be some very gusty winds in Nunavut Saturday into Sunday, especially Sunday in some areas there, some very gusty winds. Then it goes, might be a gusty wind or two in Quebec next Monday. And then let's see, it's showing like parts in the US there, in the plains, in the Rockies, some very gusty winds next Tuesday, the 17th, so better watch there too. Maybe let's see, next Monday, especially the 16th, as this system comes into the west, showing some very gusty winds from Nevada and Utah, Arizona, California, so better watch as that system comes in. And then in other areas too. So even in Alaska, next Wednesday, the 18th, some gusty winds there because of another system. So we will keep watching. And the temperatures there in Canada shows, let's see, like today, for example, shows warmer in Ontario and Quebec, like especially during the warmest time of the day. And let's see, colder in the west. Then like during the night shows some very cold temperatures there in parts of British Columbia and Yukon, especially in higher elevations there. But let's see, kind of continues like this, so that the night of Sunday into Monday, some colder temperatures in the mountains of Alberta, British Columbia, and especially in Alaska there, because it's very high, the mountains in Yukon and Alaska, those areas. And then it shows like later still some warmer temperatures in Ontario and Quebec there, even New Brunswick, because of that high pressure system there. And then still cold across the west, especially in the morning. And yeah, so this mainly it. Be aware there and stay safe. Bye.